Écoutez audio.
You are listening to podcasts from the Mediterranean New Chance Network. We have given the floor to actors of professional integration in the Mediterranean region. They will be sharing their best practices with you. We're here with Luis Mesquita, director of the Portuguese association Associação para a Educação de Segunda Oportunidade, and Rute Mendes from the International Training Center of the International Labour Organization. Good morning to you all. Luis, could you present your organization, please?
Okay, so my organization, AE2O, Associação para a Educação de Segunda Oportunidade, is an association, non-governmental organization based on Matosinhos, north of Portugal, close to Porto. But it's a national organization which main goal is to develop second chance education in Portugal. So we opened a school in Matosinhos, a second chance school. We are supporting other organizations to open their own second chance schools. And we also organize many mobility, training and research projects.
Luis, the Ministry of Education published a new law in Portugal in August 2019, establishing a legal framework for a second chance education policy. Could you please explain what does this change concretely for your association and young early leavers in Portugal?
Yes, so this law was a fantastic achievement, result. And on our view, this new law is very important because welcomes again, let's say, early school leavers in the Portuguese national system of education. So in this way, we think this is a major contribute of the state to encourage compensation measures that were missing in the country, addressing early leavers. And early leaving is a serious problem in Portugal. Also, to say that for us, it's the end of 12 years of struggling and financial uncertainty. So the main consequence of this new law is that second chance education is now public. So it is the responsibility of the state. Of course, we are starting a long-term process, and we hope the new government that will come out from this last October 6 elections will continue this policy and will develop the new program, Segunda Oportunidade, Second Chance, that was established by the new law. And so we think this law is a direct result of the success of our project, of the persistence and the resistance of almost 12 years of work, and the recognition of the potential for transferability of our project as a valid response to address early leaving. That is, as I said before, an important social need in our country.
Rute, what would be your comment on this achievement?
Second chance education proposes concrete answers to some of the serious challenges related to early school leaving, but not only. Measures as second chance education promote youth inclusion and improve the prospects of a successful transition to the labor market. The development of these innovative solutions brought by schools and local actors on the ground, such as the members of the Mediterranean New Chance Network, are a best practice that we should all definitely praise.
Thank you very much for this comment, Rute. Luis, we guess that this law is a result of a long-term process. Could you please explain how your association contributed to this achievement?
Yes, so since the beginning, we opened the school in 2008. And since the beginning, we had this clear conscience that the sustainability of our project was very linked, very connected with the possibility of opening a public policy in Portugal in this area of early leaving. And so we did a big effort with our limited resources to do two things at the same time. So on one hand, mainly we guarantee the quality of the program that we were delivering in our school. But at the same time, we were very active working to mobilize people at local, national, international level to raise the awareness of the serious problem of early living and low qualifications of young people in Portugal and in Europe, and also for the importance to raise the awareness for the importance and validity of second chance education to attract these young people back to education.
Thank you, Luis. What would be your main recommendations to lead an effective advocacy?
So I would say first to be open and to profit from any opportunity to make your initiative visible at local, national, international level. Organize conferences, accept invitations of other organizations to present your project, organize and participate in projects, namely those supported by Erasmus programs such as youth exchanges, training of trainers, research. Second recommendation maybe it's to have an open door policy. So accept external challenges, welcome those who want to contact with your experience. Mirror your experience at the eyes of the others. It will be very helpful to develop it. Help other organizations to make the same experience as you do, as we are doing, helping other organizations to open schools similar to us. And finally, work in partnership with relevant partners in formal and informal networks. Our school is since the beginning a partnership between our association, the Municipality of Matosinhos, the Ministry of Education, and the National Employment Services. Keep a very close relationship with the universities, participate in studies and reports, which is very important for the recognition and validation of the projects. Be part of networks, national, international, as we do with AE2O, the European Network of Second Chance Education, Second Chance Schools, MED&C, participate in European events, call the media whenever you can. So these would be perhaps our main recommendations.
Thank you very much, Luis. Very helpful indeed. Can you develop a bit more the role of these partnerships and the concrete actions that you developed together?
So we, since the beginning, we were very focused on raising the public awareness for the social problem of early living and the importance of second chance education measures. We were very active in dynamizing public conferences, media communication, and also keeping an open communication with the regional and national authorities. Then in 2015, we decided with the universities in our region to produce a policy paper. And so we created a working group and we wrote a policy paper we call Strategy RAP, Reducing Early Living. And this document was set on for public subscription. And last year, we organized a national meeting, a national conference. We invited all organizations and projects interested in addressing early living and second chance education measures. And in this meeting, we created a national network that has now 30 member organizations. So we call it AE2O Portugal. After this meeting, we increased our actions for the dissemination of our project, and in result, 2 more schools are opening this year, closely articulated with us.
Could you please tell us what are the benefits for your association of being a member of the Mediterranean Youth Chance Network?
Yes, it's very important for us to participate in this network. We are particularly interested on this network because all the South Europe countries are the ones that suffer most of early living. what we feel that we profit from the participation is network. In first place is to share and to network good practices with all these partners, also the partners from North Africa. We also are interested in sharing and training others in key aspects of our work. And finally, it was very interesting experience for us. The mission we did to Morocco, to another organization, Al Jazeera in Morocco. It was very interesting to feel that the things that we are doing in Portugal make also sense in Morocco. And we are very optimistic about the perspectives for future cooperation with this organization.
Thank you, Luis and Rute, and see you soon for a new podcast of the Mediterranean New Chance Network. This podcast was prepared by IECD and produced by Calliope Agency.